What's up, traders? So retail investors are out here gambling, trying to find the next AI moonshot. But the billionaires, they aren't guessing. They are sticking to a very specific plan. The Q4 2025 13F filings just dropped. Now we know exactly what the rich, the top hedge fund managers, and guys like Warren Buffett were buying during that quarter. And spoiler alert, it's probably not what you think. And so today we'll take a look at what they did, and I'll give you my two favorites from the selections that they picked. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a full-time options trader, and I bring in the bulk of my income via the stock market. But if you could do me such a huge favor, go ahead and smash that like button. And do remember that this is not financial advice, nor is it a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any equities or options contracts. All trading comes with risk, and results may vary. Now, as always, I'll start with a word from God that has to do with money, wealth, building, our business. And today's word comes from Hebrews 12:11, and it says, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." And this speaks directly to being able to use patience, because typically when you're building something, at the beginning it hurts, at the beginning it sucks, and sometimes you have to see things through to reap your harvest. And that goes exactly the same for trading. Warren Buffett always says the stock market is a tool to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. And so I hope that blesses somebody today. But speaking of people who are using their patience, I have to shout out members of the Trader Freedom community. And so right now we have a monthly profit challenge going on. And so we can see pre-drag here did 7.85% on his portfolio in the span of the last week. So shout out to you, pre-drag. Alan's out here printing money, so shout out to you, Alan. Jason is out here going absolutely nuts, doing 13% in the span of 1 week. Shout out to you, Jason. And Mario did $7,000 in the past week. And so that is amazing. And if you guys know anybody who is looking to trade to freedom, tell them about the community. The link is below in the description. They'll get access to my trades, access to the course, access to ask me questions at any given time, and they'll be within a community of 400 other traders who will all have the exact same goal of trading to freedom in 2026 and beyond. All right, so come join us. But with that, let's get down to business. Now, the fourth quarter of 2026 has gotten off to a bit of a slow start, especially within the tech sector. Now, if we look here and we see the Mag 7, I have the percentages pulled up of what they've all done year to date up to today. And we can see, if we look at the colors that are displayed up there, we can see NVIDIA is the black line and Google is the blue line. And those are the only two that are up in 2026 thus far. And it's not by much. All right, Google's up 0.88% and NVIDIA's up 1.83%. And both of those are results of Friday being a nice green day. However, Tesla, Meta, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft are all down, with Microsoft being down as much as 17.87%. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because most super investors are fundamental investors, meaning they actually buy a company based off the numbers that they are putting out. They don't just buy stocks because it's going up. They buy stocks because they like the company and they like the price that it's selling for at that time. And so with all of the Mag 7 pretty much being down for the most part thus far this year, if we find some super investors that were purchasing it in late 2025, chances are they probably see it as an even better deal here in the first quarter of 2026. And so let's take a look at what they purchased. All right, so here we have the top 10 buys from super investors. Now, a super investor is any fund manager that has over $100 million in assets. And so if we look here, we can see that Microsoft was the number one buy as far as the amount of super investors that purchased it during that quarter. All right, there were 16 who purchased Microsoft stock. And so we can see right here at the hold price, it was about 483 at the end of the last quarter. And now we're down here around 398. So they are down pretty significantly on that position. And then second was Amazon with 11 buys, Meta with 10, Visa with 9, and then Taiwan Semiconductors at 8. And this was a stock that is now at a higher price than it was at the end of last quarter. All right, so 292 last quarter, now around 360. And so those 8 super investors are up on that position. And then we have Google with 7 buys. And then we have 2 companies that you may not have expected from super investors. So we have Rocket Companies with 6 super investors buying in, and we can see it was $19 at the end of the quarter, and now it's around 18. So they're down just slightly on that one. And then Live Nation also with 6, and this one is actually up. It was 142 around last quarter, and now it's around 157. So they are up on that position. Okay, then we have NVIDIA at 6 and Google's other ticker at 6 as well. Now, it wouldn't be right if we didn't look at the super investor of super investors, big guy Warren Buffett, the GOAT, So we can take a look at what he did last quarter. And so he sold a little bit of his Apple shares, about 4.32% of it. And he sold about 9% of his Bank of America portfolio. And he added 6.63% more of Chevron. He added 9.3% of Chubb Limited. He reduced DaVita Healthcare Partners by a small fraction, 1.25%. He sold about 3% of his Constellation brands. And then he added 12% of Domino's Pizza. Now, one thing to always know is that people in general will sell shares for several different reasons. Maybe they see a better opportunity elsewhere, so they're trying to free up some buying power. Some people sell shares to pay for their kids' college educations. The rich may sell shares to buy a yacht, a new house. There could be several different reasons why people sell shares. However, people buy for only one specific reason, and that is to make money. And so obviously with him adding more Chevron, adding more Chubb Limited, and adding more Domino's Pizza, he sees a brighter future for those three companies here moving forward. All right, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to the sales because obviously he's still holding a pretty large portion of those companies that he reduced his position in. However, the only reason they would be buying shares would be because they believe they will make money. Now here we can see the top 20 owned stocks, right? And so we can see how many super investors own them and have them in their portfolio. And then we can also see the percentage of their portfolios that these stocks make up. And so Microsoft comes in at number 1 with 35 different super investors owning it, then Alphabet again, and then Visa. But when it comes to percentage of their portfolios, then Amazon actually takes the cake at 2.5% of their portfolios on average, followed by then Microsoft, followed then by Google, and then Berkshire Hathaway. All right, so that is all good information to know, but of these stocks that super investors were buying last quarter, which ones are my favorites? Now, if we take a look here, I have 5 of the companies that were in those top purchase stocks, and we have Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. Now, I wanted to show a quick comparison. Now, of all of these, and if you're a fan of this channel, you probably already know the 2 that I'm going to select. Now, which company do I believe is the best business? By far, I definitely believe it is Google. However, I think the best value as we speak goes to Meta. And so Meta is currently trading at a 21 PE. So it is the cheapest of all of the Mag 7 stocks by far. And on top of that, they've already forecasted that they plan on growing by 30% year over year for the foreseeable future. And for a company that's already as big as it is and has such a huge moat, that is very, very impressive. Because if we make a comparison, yet Nvidia is still stating they will grow by those large numbers. However, if we look at the PE, they are currently trading at a 48 PE. And so they're trading at nearly double the valuation that Meta is as we speak. All right. And then secondly, if you saw my last video, then you know that I talked about Amazon and how I believe that they have the most to gain from AI and AI automation. And so I'm not going to go through that whole spiel. If you want to hear what I said about Amazon, watch the last video, and congrats to you if you entered into any of the trades because you went up pretty nicely today. But I believe that both Amazon and Meta are at nice entry points. And let me show you what I mean. We can see with Meta trading right here at 655 that it is right above 2 support levels. All right, it has this area here right around 630 that has pretty much been bouncing off of since last May. All right, so it came above it, came down, hit it, and then recently it hit that mark again and then bounced back up. But if that level of support fails, then it has a very strong level of support at $600 right here. All right, so you can already see the times that it has bounced off of it. But because 600 is a nice round number, it is a psychological level of support as well. All right, anytime you get those large round numbers, multiples of 100, multiples of 50, they can be levels of support or resistance. And so if this were to come down some, I do believe that that $600 level will hold. I do currently have some puts and credit spreads slightly under that $600 level. And so we're up on that pretty nicely. But if it were to come down even further, I would absolutely be excited to pick up some more shares. Now here we have good old Amazon. And so with the whole tariff announcement today, that definitely helped out Amazon even more, although it was already having a green day prior to the announcement. But it was at a high of 260 just in November. Then over time, it kind of consolidated and then came down right after earnings. But we can see it again, it hit that $200 level. And I already have the levels drawn out for you, but it hit that $200 level. And what did I say? It's a level of psychological support as well. So it hit that marker and then it bounced right back up. And so we will see if that holds. But if not, then there is a level of support right here at 190 and then another one right here at 180. And again, we in the Trader Freedom community entered into some trades on Amazon over the last week, and we are up tremendously on those as well. And so I like pretty much everything I am seeing from Amazon and Meta as we speak. But let me know down in the comments below if there are any of the other companies that the super investors were buying that you are interested in, and which ones do you disagree with. And also do remember, we would love to have you in the Trader Freedom community. But with that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.